Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Virtual Nunchucks, and today what I have for you is the promised review of the FPS Dominator Strike Pack for PS4. Now, before we get into it, I want to tell you that not only is it available for PS4, but it is also available for Xbox One. They have two versions for the two consoles. So, basically what you have, I'm going to do a quick and easy synopsis for you real quick, and then we'll get into more in-depth stuff. Basically what you have on the back of your controller right here, two paddles, and you basically have a Scuff for $40. Okay, $40 on their website, collectiveminds.ca, $40 at GameStop, $40 on Amazon, which is where I bought mine. I bought mine at Amazon, had it shipped to the house. Ryan bought his at our local GameStop, $40. With that $40, right out of the box, if you didn't want to use your PC, you didn't have to touch your PC, and you just wanted them for the paddles, here's the deal. You can do that. You can attach this to your controller. You can plug it into your PlayStation because it is wired. Okay, there is no option to go wireless. You can plug it into your controller, plug it in the back of your controller, and secure it like we did in the unboxing with this little thing right here. Okay, and then you plug it in the PlayStation, and you assign the buttons to the paddles down here. Okay, to do that, there are two. I'm gonna see if I can get in here real quick. There are two buttons, and I know you can't, not with the PlayStation camera and not with the setup that I have here. But right here, where my two fingers are right here, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, there are two little buttons. You press and hold these buttons. You select the button that you, the whatever button that you want that to be, as long as you're holding the button down, this button down. You hold that button down, you press whatever you want this paddle to be on this side, and it becomes that. Same thing on the other side. If you want to assign this paddle, you hold this button down, you press whatever button or trigger or whatever you want this paddle to be, it becomes that. And then you never have to touch it again. Through your gameplay, it will continue to be whatever that is. And if you don't like that, if that configuration is weird, you can always just push the button again, remap your button. And that's what it'll do right out of the box. No PC, no nothing required. And matter of fact, it'll do a lot more, but we'll get into that in just a second. But when you get it, okay, it comes with an instruction manual, just like this right here. Let me grab it real quick. Just like this right here. Okay. I highly recommend, I strongly recommend, and I plead with you, please read this. Please read this. And then when you're done reading this and you think you have a good grasp on it, go to their website, watch some videos on this product, because there is just so much that this little tiny thing will do. Okay? Out of the box, no PC required. If you are into mods, I got news for you. We'll get to the mods in a second. I almost forgot. We'll get to the mods in a second. As long as these paddles right here, this logo right here, is white, it's tournament mode. Tournament mode. I can't talk today. Tournament mode. Alright. Basically what that means is it's completely legal to use them, just like a Scuff. Use the paddles all you want. Don't care. When these things go blue, like, let's see if I can do it like this. I don't think it'll let me do it because I'm not in a game. Anyway, you push it. If you're in a game, you push and hold this and it turns blue. Boom. And once they're blue, okay, you're in mod mode. But we'll get to mod mode in a second. Alright. When you get this strike pack, whether you go to the website, whether you go to GameStop or Amazon or whatever, when you get the strike pack, first thing you're going to want to do, it's almost imperative that you do it. Go to your Windows PC, go to your Mac PC, it doesn't matter. Go to collectiveminds.ca and download the configurator tool. And I didn't name it, that's what it's called, configurator. Like I said, I didn't name it. I would have called it a configuration tool or something like that. But download that. Once you download that, and download the firmware update that comes along with your strike pack. You download the firmware update, you download the configurator, then it gets crazy. You connect, obviously, in order to do that, you have to connect your strike pack, take it off the controller first, take it over to your PC or your Mac, plug it into your USB at the computer, and then go to the website, download all that stuff, update your thing. And it only takes a couple seconds. It's not a big deal. It's not going to take 5 minutes. It's not going to take all that. It only takes a couple seconds for it to download all that stuff. Once it's completely updated, then it gets crazy. All right? You can go to the configuration tool. And you can, and I wish I had footage of that, but I don't. I have Call of Duty footage where I was getting used to the paddles and all that kind of stuff and showing off a little bit with some bots. But the configurator tool will have two different icons. It'll have your controller. It'll have your gears. Okay. If you click on the controller, it will allow you to map your controller however you want. It'll allow you to map button press your triggers to different buttons. It'll allow you to map every single, if you can press it, including your touchpad, your share button, your options button. If you can press it on this controller, you can change it. If you need your X button to be down on your D-pad or whatever, you can change it. If you need options to be something else for you, you can do that. If you need your right and left bumper or triggers or face buttons to be anything, your joysticks to be anything, you can do that. It's insane the amount of craziness that you can do to remap your controller. Why am I bringing this up? I'll tell you why. Because I have a friend that has to sit his controller down like this, spread his fingers out, and play with one hand. Okay? I've played with him for years. I don't know how he does it. When I was in high school, I was amazed that he could play driving games and fighting games and stuff with one hand, just like this. Okay? And push buttons and all that stuff. And we're talking about Sega Genesis with the whole 6 or 7 buttons plus the bumpers up here and all that kind of stuff. All right. We're talking Super Nintendo, all that. And PlayStation. I have never seen anything like it in my life. But he can do it. This would be great for him because he can map the buttons and the whole controller can be configured to whatever he needs. Okay? It's completely awesome. Just because of this little thing on the bottom. Alright, plus he could map the paddles too if he wanted to. Not only can you do that in that configuration tool, but you can also go into the advanced setting. Again, if you click the controller and you map your buttons, fine, but there's also an advanced settings off in the corner. If you click that, you can adjust the dead zones to your sticks. You can adjust hair triggers, bumpers, anything you need to do. You can adjust the sensitivity of those things. Okay, so you can make it hair triggers immediately. You can make it to where if you barely twitch this thumbstick, it moves. Whatever you need it to do. My recommendation is that if you're going to do that, that you play with it a little bit. You know, you'll have to unplug it from your PC, obviously, come over here and plug it into your PlayStation, but you can customize it however you want, and then if it doesn't work for you, you can always go back to your PC or your Mac or whatever, and you can continue to work with it until you get it perfectly to the way you need it to be. That is awesome. That is completely awesome. Right out of the box, before you touch the computer or anything like that, it is compatible with Infinite Warfare. It is compatible with Modern Warfare Remastered. It is compatible with Black Ops 4, although there's a caveat to that one too. I'll get that in a second. It is compatible with just about any shooter game out there. Okay? It will work when I say it will, the paddles will work on any game whatsoever. As long as it's attached to your computers, or your controller and your PlayStation, you can map it to whatever button you want it to. You can play God of War with it if you want. It doesn't matter. But if you want to do the mods, which, again, I don't condone mods at all. I don't think mods are a good thing. I don't think cheating is a good thing. I don't. But right out of the box, if you don't want to touch a computer or anything like that, they have programmed mods. Okay? Again, if you push these two buttons down, you hold them and it goes blue, you're in mod mode. You can do stuff. Right out of the box, there's rapid fire, there's adjustable rapid fire, adjustable anti-recoil, optimized rapid fire, there's quick scoping, there's jitter. Yes, there's jitter. And no, I don't condone jitter. I don't. Don't do that. Ain't right. But there is jitter. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. Drop shot, all kinds of stuff. All right? But drop shot doesn't work on Black Ops 4 anyway because I've tried it. Even with just the paddles, pressing and holding the paddle, dropping, and trying to shoot, can't because you stop aiming down sights. You're not allowed to do it. He uses his one hand to go like this, and I have no idea why. But that's even in tournament mode. You just can't do drop shots in this game, which is very, very sad. But on the flip side, it is compatible. The mods are only compatible with basically first-person shooters and stuff like that. Okay, Destiny, stuff like that. Now, like I said, there's a caveat to everything. Okay, when you update your firmware to the latest version, there will be a banner that appears on your configuration tool. All right, that says Mod Pass subscription. Now I know what you're thinking because I said the same thing. I know what you're thinking. Virtual, I pay for PS Plus. I pay for, let's say you're a Netflix person. You pay for Prime. You pay for Netflix. You pay for whatever. And I'm sick and tired of paying for subscriptions every cotton picking couple of years or couple of months or whatever. All right? I understand. I was not happy. Was not happy to see that. But let me finish. The subscription, when you go to it, now, you have to have an active PayPal account. You have to have a PayPal account. They do not do it credit cards. They don't do bank cards, whatever. So you have to have a PayPal account, which I do. And you have to pay for the subscription via PayPal. Now, in order for me to feel like I did Collective Minds justice and this product justice, I felt the necessity to subscribe for this review. We bought 2 of these. Again, I bought one from Amazon, $40, was shipped to my house. I bought one for Ryan, $40 from our local GameStop. We plugged it in. He got his first, so we plugged it in. And it asked us if we wanted to subscribe. And here's the good news. It's only $14.99 a year. Okay? So, if I have 2 of them, which I do, I paid, let's just say, $30. Okay? So I paid $40 for the control, for the device itself. I paid another $30, so that's roughly 40, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, I can't do math today. $70. I'm in at $70 already. But once I pay the $14.99, I'm good for a year. And the reason I said I paid $70 is because, and we'll get to this too, but each strike pack has a serial number, okay? Or that when you plug it in, the computer, the website, whatever, recognizes it and says, okay, serial number 4457776 or whatever is this strike pack. This strike pack has a subscription. When mine got here, I plugged it in thinking thinking just like everybody else, I've already paid $14.99. I shouldn't have to do that. I should be able to plug in my thing, do whatever I need to do on ModPass, be done. I can't. Because you don't create an account. There's no account that you create. There's no, like, for example, Origin or whatever, Ubisoft's little Ubi Club or whatever they call it now. There's no account you create. It's all tied to this device right here. So my serial number was different than his serial number, so I had to pay for an additional subscription. So that's why I'm into it $70 already. Okay? But stick with me. $14.99 per device, but that's for an entire year. And right now on ModPass, there is a total of, I believe, 14 games, maybe 15 games that are supported, including God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, NBA 2K19, Destiny 2, Black Ops 4. There's just a ton of stuff that is available. The reason I think that it is neat or cool in this case, or worth the money is the following. Okay, the subscription service gives you different mods for different games. I looked at it. If you are a person who needs a mod for God of War because let's say you have trouble throwing the axe and whatever, and the way that they have it set up doesn't work for you. There's a mod for throwing your axe. A single button press will bring it back to you. Throw it and bring it back to you. There's all kinds of different things. There's an optimized mod pack for Black Ops 4, which I'm going to get into in just a second. There's an optimized mod for Red Dead Redemption that includes rapid fire, aim assist, all kinds of stuff. So my recommendation to you is, if you buy one of these, if this review does help you out, and you buy one of these strike packs, and you're thinking about, is it worth it for me to subscribe to their yearly subscription service? Go to their website, Google ModPass. ModPass will come up. Okay, Collective Minds is the only one that do it. ModPass will come up. You can go to the website, and it will allow you, there's a little menu button, and it will allow you to look at the individual games that are supported and have different packs for each game. Okay? So you can look at it, decide if it is worth it to you. They add games. They've been doing it for a year, a little bit over a year now, and they add games quite often. They also encourage you that if there is a game that is not supported, that you drop them an email and let them know, hey, this is the kind of stuff we'd like to see. We want mod packs for, let's say, I don't know. Let me think of something here. One that I have that I wish they have one for Injustice 2, which is kind of cool. I might have to check that out. But they don't have one for Soul Calibur 6. They don't have one for Soul Calibur 6. Now, I could still use the paddles and map the paddles to whatever button I want. But there's no particular mod pack for that game. And the reason I support this, we'll get into that. Okay? But like I said, you can contact them and say, hey, I need a mod for this, or I need a mod for that on this game. Is that a thing that we can do? And if they get enough requests for a certain thing, they look into it and they try to make it happen. They'll put it out in beta, have you test it, have the community test it, find the bugs, and then once they find enough, find all the bugs, fix all the bugs, they'll release it and put it on the pass. Okay, for download for the public. Now, I think that's really cool. Now, here's why, in this case, I absolutely support ModPass. I absolutely support the use of mods, and I'm going to tell you why, especially on this. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. For me, personally, All right. And other people can tell you their stories. But for me personally, I have difficulty on Black Ops. If I want to snipe, holding the L2 button, pushing the, quick scoping's completely out of the question for me. Up here on the screen, you can see I attempted to do so. Okay. With one of the mods that is in the Black Ops 4 game pack that's on Mod Pass, one of the things is quick scoping. And it allows you basically to quick scope by pressing one button. You can adjust the aim down sight time to the amount of milliseconds you need. I personally recommend that you listen to a gun guide for the optimal aim down sight time for the individual guns, and then go in and adjust that slider that they have for the adjustable quick scope to the desired gun. Okay. Because now I can snipe. Now, as you see on the screen, it doesn't mean that I'm going to hit my shots. You still have to aim. You still have to, be able to center your target. But I can quick scope by pressing one button. I can also use a mod that allows me to auto hold my breath. Because, as you all know, R3 is your hold breath. It is also how you aim. Okay? So that's a little difficult. Or it might be L3, but either way, that's movement. Okay? And that's a little difficult, especially when you're trying to line up a shot. I can use that mod pass to allow it to auto hold breath. So when I scope in, it'll automatically hold your breath, which you saw on the screen there just now. It'll hold the breath for you for whatever the game default hold breath is. For example, if you don't have stabilizer 2 on the Paladin, it's 4 seconds. So you have 4 seconds to line up your shot. It's steady, and you can take your shot. Okay. If you have stabilizer 2, it's 10 seconds. So you have 10 seconds. But you still have to be good. You still have to aim. You still have to practice. But this does allow me as a disabled gamer to quick scope. I'm going to have to practice, but I can still do it. Okay. There's Ultra Aim Assist for Black Ops 4. Ultra Aim Assist is not, I'm going to repeat this again, is not an aimbot. It is not an aimbot. All it is basically the aim assist for the game on steroids. And by that I mean it sticks to your target just a little bit longer. You still have to adjust your aim. You still have to follow the target. And you still have to be able to land your shots. You do not get an aimbot. It does not happen. Okay? So you're not going to turn into this awesome, like Call of Duty YouTuber professional overnight. It's not going to happen. You still have to be good. You still have to use you still have to be able to aim. You still have to be able to do all the stuff you do in Call of Duty. Okay. On as far as paddle assignments, on my paddle I have jump and I have a slide to the paddles down here. So I use it just like a Scuff controller. Jump and slide are down here on the paddles. But again, you can map these paddles to anything. If I wanted aim and shoot, if I want heal down here and something else down here, I can do that. Whatever you need these paddles to be, they can be that. All right. So these mods, now there are some cheap mods. Okay, there are some cheater mods, but I am not one of those people. I just did it so that I can enjoy the game and be able to play the game just like everybody else. I still have to practice. I still have to be good. But at least now I have an easier way to enjoy the game. See that quick scope? That one was done. I centered it. I knew I did. and I made the shot. But I had to do that. Okay, it didn't. It doesn't aim in for you and line up your shot. You still have to do it. So anyway, like I said, I don't condone cheating mods. There are some cheap mods. For example, there is jitter in the Black Ops 4 game pack for your MOG and for just about every shotgun on the planet. They stress this, they do not support the current DLC weapons because not everybody can have access to those, and they felt like giving you a mod for a current DLC weapon with no way to earn it and get it via gameplay was dishonest, so they do not support that. They do, however, support the weapons that you got in the weapon stream. For example, the SWAT rifle, the I don't know if they have the grav. I think they have the grav. But whatever the contraband streams allowed you to get by gameplay at the end, those weapons are supported. The others are not. So the Vendetta is not supported at present. The Peacekeeper is not supported and probably will not be supported. So if you're looking for those kind of mods, for those kind of cheap guns, it's not going to happen. Okay? Only the current guns or the guns that you could get in the contraband streams are supported. So there's that. Now, they do have a fast reload mod, which is simply just reload cancel. Okay? That's great because I don't have the reflexes to push the buttons fast enough to do a reload cancel and do everything else I need to do. So that's kind of great. So all I have to do is tap the reload button and it automatically does it for me. Skips certain parts of the animation. So again, I recommend this controller for a lot of people. If you need a Scuff, if you've been looking at Scuffs or any kind of premium controller and you can't afford it, like me, I can't. And I'm not looking up at the ceiling, y'all. I'm looking at my TV screen because if I look down here, I look weird. I'm looking at my TV screen. All right, but I do not recommend. I do recommend this for anybody that's been looking at a premium controller like a Scuff or a Battle Beast or an Evil controller or whatever. Okay, I do recommend it because you can basically do everything you can do with a Scuff. You can configure your controller, your regular PS4 controller, to do that. Hair triggers, dead zone adjustments for your sticks, paddle remapping, all of that. It can all be done right here with this little thing. Just be aware that there are a few things that I don't like. First of all, I don't like having to pay two subscriptions for two different devices. But again, I understand because you don't create an account. They just use the serial numbers. I understand why, but it's still cheaper than buying a very expensive controller that may break. Okay, if this breaks, I can just take the mod pack off. I can replace the controller, slap the mod pack back on, and I'm good to go. I'm good to go. So I think it's worth the money just for that. As an accessibility feature, I think Mod Pass is awesome. I think the mods that are currently on Black Ops 4 and Fortnite, Fortnite's got some aim abuse things that we need to talk about. That's just plain cheat. Okay, that's just a cheat. That's what that is. But there are a lot of things. There are a lot of good mods for people with disabilities, and supported by the community that way. So I strongly recommend that you take a look at that if you have trouble in any capacity with your button presses or anything like that, or multiple button presses. and you have trouble with things like that, I strongly recommend that you take a look at ModPass. Decide for yourself if you want to subscribe to that service. If there's enough of a value there for you, then I strongly recommend you do that. If it'll help you. But do I think that this controller will help me? Yes. Do I have to get my muscle memory to recognize that my jump and my slide are here? Yes. Right now I have trouble with that. I will tell you that, and I don't know if I can show it here because it's all the same color, but the paddles come down to the curve right here right here. I'm touching the paddle. It's right here. It comes down to the curve. It follows the curve of your controller, which is cool. All right. But if you need additional paddles, you can go to their website, collectiveminds.ca, and you can actually purchase for $10 an alternate set of paddles. You can even purchase different colors for about $10. If the cable goes bad, you can't use an additional USB cable. You have to use theirs. So that's a knock against it. So that'll cost you another $10 if the cable goes bad. But is it worth the money? Yes. Should you buy this in the place of a Scuff? Okay. In my opinion, yes. If you are looking at premium controllers, if you are looking to modify a controller to suit a disability or to suit your playstyle, and you want buttons and levers and remappable stuff and all this, and hair triggers and all that, this is so much better than having to spend $500, $300, $200, whatever you spend for one of those things. This is so much better. Even if you buy just ModPass and this for 2 controllers, still, you're so much better off. I think this is a remarkable product. I think that it is a product that needs to be marketed a whole lot more. I'm trying to become an affiliate, but there are so many other things that I have to do to become an affiliate for Creative Minds because, they just have requirements, and I haven't met them yet. But I wanted to put this review out there for you guys. I wanted to put this review out here for you guys because it's an amazing little gadget. I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth your time, and I think you will find that it beats having to pay a lot of money for a controller. Now, as always, okay, take this review for what it's worth. For me, it's worth the money, and I highly recommend that you purchase it. But again, just keep in mind that everything is pretty much proprietary, so the cables, if it goes bad, the paddles you have to spend an extra $10 on if you don't like the paddles that it comes with. My recommendation would probably be to go to the website, purchase the alternate paddles, and then, play, because it's $10, maybe look at them, decide if maybe that'd be better for you. And if you decide to purchase them both. I'm not going to because these work fine for me, but some people have found that the other ones work better. I wouldn't know. So there's that. If for some reason that you need to, if there's a bug in the pack itself, or if there's an issue with the pack, you get a 90-day warranty. It used to be a year with the original model, but I think with the newer model they've gone to 90 days. But if it's defective at all in any way, shape, or form, you contact them right away. Their customer service seems to be pretty awesome. They contacted me when I was talking to them about things that I was looking at, because I was also looking at their Cronus Max, but I didn't want to be a complete hacker and cheat. I just wanted to simply be able to play the game. So they were talking to me and trying to figure out what would work best for me, and they recommended that I give this a shot. So I did, and so I've told them that I'm going to review it. So I think their customer service is top notch. I think that their community is top notch. If you have questions or concerns, they will certainly try to help you out. So I'm going to give them props for that. So please, if you're looking into premium controllers, try these first. You can't go wrong. Try this first. Try this first. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. Get your custom controller. Spend a couple $100. That's fine. To each his own, I suppose. But for me, this works great. And don't forget, y'all, reviews like this happen a lot. So if you are enjoying the content, if this helped you at all, I need you to drop me a like, because it lets YouTube know, hey, this little guy with 16 subscribers is worth paying attention to. The information he has is worth putting out there. Drop me a like. Leave me a comment. If you have any questions about the device, if you have any concerns about the device, anything that I didn't cover. We've been talking for 35 minutes, so I kind of hope I covered everything. Let me know if there's something that you need to know about it. If you're thinking about buying it, talk to me. I'll respond to every comment that I get. If you're new around here, subscribe, because you never know what you're going to get between reviews like this, reviews of video games, obviously, opinion pieces, playthroughs. We do it all. Or if it's gaming, we talk about it. So, consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you're never left out of any content that's ever on this channel. Just so you know, I'm closing the poll. You guys decided. There was a poll up on my Twitter account, @VNunchucks, and on my Facebook page, facebook.com/virtualnunchucks. And you guys decided that the first game I'm going to review this fall is going to be Modern Warfare 2019. So, with that said, that'll be coming to my house on October 25th. So I will get it day one, and I'll open it. I'll unbox it for you guys, or at least show it off to you guys a little bit. Then I'll work on a review of that game for you guys. And if they throw in any microtransactions or anything like that in there, you'll be the first to know, because I will not leave any of that out, because you know how I feel about microtransactions around here. So there's that. Oh, my neck. That's why I keep turning to the side, because I'm trying to get my neck to pop. But, just keep that in mind. But I will be reviewing both The Outer Worlds and Jedi Fallen Order as well. So keep that in mind as well. Okay? But that one's going to be first. Hope you guys have a great day. Follow me on twitch.tv/virtualnunchucks, and of course, every Monday at 2. So we'll see you later. Have a great day.